I got my nails done. It's been a while. I was a little crusty for a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. But my toes, don't play with me. My toes always gonna be done. On my fingernails, I don't know, sometimes you just might need some press-ons and be like that. Anyways, we're back at it. We're back at it again. Here, let me go back to my loading screen. So, obviously, one is colored. We finished Luca's little story. If you guys want to watch smaller clips and not the full live stream, I have those posted. I don't know who's next. We're just kind of YOLOing here, so I don't know who's next. Hmm. I wonder. I wonder if it all goes the same. There's no way. No, see, this looks like what we were doing last time. Yeah. Quit. Oh. Oh wait. Oh wait, I didn't mean to quit like the whole game. Oh wait, my bad. Oopsie daisy. Oops. Just wait for that to open back up. Come on now. I should have. It said quit. I don't know why I didn't. It just didn't click in my head for some reason. If we load. This looks like the end. I wonder if it all starts off the same way. But I don't think that they would make me do this part all over again. Real quick though. John Smith, 48, survival of the fittest, and I'm the most fit. Hobbies: invading your sleep, looking for a new toy, favorite quote, quotes are for losers. Hobbies: love, poetry, constantly being with the one I love, never letting them go. Looking for a tormented soul just like me. Favorite quote: I'm not your first, I'll be your last. Yeah. Tristan. Oh, okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Okay. Okay, I think it is all the same, but you have different routes to go down. Oh, wow. A full list of my current extracurricular affiliations can be provided upon request. All of my socks that have been eaten by the dryer. You can only be certain of a lack of certainty. Theo, doing fun things with my hands, looking for you, live fast, die young, leave a good looking corpse. I'm here for a good time, not a long time vibe is a mood. He could probably help me relieve some stress, especially with his hands. Girl, a freak. Luca, oh wow. So then Luca pops up on here too. But I wonder if you pick the bar, is that like Luca's straight up story? He seems like a hopeless romantic too, although I'm not sure my world is ready for that kind of meetup. Mark, drinking games and university, sports, no commitments, no strings attached. Come, my lady, you're my pretty baby. I'll make your legs shake. You make me go crazy. I liked Mark. I'm sorry, I liked Mark. These four are the only ones even remotely worth considering, and something about them reminds me of my husbandos from Heavenly Love. Here, let's save real quick. Close the app. My life is perfectly fine the way it is. Heavenly Love will be back tomorrow. After the day I've had, what I really need is a good night's sleep. Heavenly Love is back online, just like I thought. Who needs to date when I have my 2D husbandos? Because it's my day off, I enjoy my sunny day fully engrossed in the new chapters and finding out more about my four husbandos. I don't like that she says husbandos. Is that a term for real? I'm sure there are some things I miss while being immersed in my phone. But if it ain't broke, why fix it? Period. Oh. Adventure avoided. Okay, I have to check out. I have to see what happens if you go with Luca. I have to see. Oh, okay. You just I have to message him. He doesn't just magically appear in front of me after hitting match. That's too much work. Oh. Okay, I can tell that this is gonna. Okay, I'm not reading this. I'm not, I know. But that's because.
Hey! I haven't seen you around these parts. I'm Mark.
See, this is exactly what I thought was gonna happen. Okay. It's just gonna kind of. I got it. I got it. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop just fucking talking. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh, shit.
Hey!
Hey. Fuck, I fucked that up. Okay. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it now. Alright. I see how she laid out this game. So you can find your way to each character in the same story. Now, I don't see I think maybe that Luca is our main character. I think that's who you're supposed to be with. That's why it's so easy to find him versus being on the dating app. But I digress. I think we're gonna go with Mark for this one. I think I'm gonna let's figure that one out. Um, our girl, she just moved here. We don't need her little prologue. We know who she is, what she does. She is me and me is she. And I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of skip to the dating app spot. After a bit of deliberation, I decide to pursue the dating app. There's no commitment and nothing to lose, I guess. It can't hurt to sneak a peek. John Smith? No. Man of your dreams? Uh-uh. Fredgla? Fredgla? That doesn't sound right. As I begin to scroll through the local profiles, it doesn't seem like it's going to be my lucky day after all. Until I come across the final few. Tristan. We'll get to Tristan. I do enjoy a man with a good sense of humor. Too many in my past have been problematic or stoic. Wow, Theo sounds like the type to get down and dirty. Yeah, he does. I'm here for a good time, not a long time vibe is the mood. Luca, he's a little young, and there isn't much on his profile. What do you mean he's a little young? Girl, you're 30. He's only 2 years younger than you. But where have I seen that quote before? Luca, huh? He's really attractive, but there's not much else going on. He seems like a hopeless romantic too, although I'm not sure my world is ready for that kind of meetup. Mark, huh? Honestly, I'm not really sure what to make of Mark, but I can appreciate that he's pretty straightforward on what he's looking for. I mean, no strings attached is kind of what I'm looking for, right? Okay, let's save this. Overwrite my save. I'm going for Mark. 300 on Mark, please. Chapter 1. I hope I don't regret this. Oh, we are most definitely gonna regret this. Begrudgingly, I begin messaging Mark over the app. It's a lot of work. Am I really willing to go through with this? Well, no turning back now. Oops. So what's happening tonight? You ready to be blown away and have the time of your life? You talk a big game, buddy. Man, I can't imagine using a dating app. I'm sorry if you guys have to. Well, he seems capable with technology. The rooster pin came in quick. Does that mean like you're like where you're at, like your location? I hope that's what that means. As I arrive at the designated meeting spot, I see the feisty redhead I matched with. I can't tell exactly what's happening, but it seems like he's involved in some sort of dispute.
Seriously? I can't believe I'm getting kicked out for that. You should get better talent.
The bartender simply shakes his head as he closes the door, a bit anxious, especially after seeing that. I hesitate and to take
Hey.
a step further. Yeah, sir, you're being a little weird. What's up, public enemy number one? Thanks for stopping by. But it's too late. Mark notices me. I'm
You
dead.
look even better in person.
I'm dead. Excuse me? Did he seriously just undress me with his eyes at first glance? Talk about feeling violated. Thanks. It's not really a compliment.
You're hot as hell, babe. Take it or leave it.
Oh, I'm already regretting this. Seriously? That's what you want my first impression of you to
Ugh.
be? I'm already regretting this. He does not know how to respect a lady. Well, Mark, you were supposed to show me the time of my life. Instead, it looks like the bartender showed you the exit. So what now?
Ugh.
Yes, we saw that. Yeah, definitely didn't plan on that happening. The stand-up comedian performed and his whole act just rubbed me the wrong way. Mark shrugs, almost as seeing Mark shrugs, almost as if regretting his decision. So I might have said something to the dude, and it might have been considered rude to the talent.
Ah.
Whatever, I'm just trying to have a drink, and these people just come in, messing up the entire vibe of the bar. Why do they gotta come into the only decent place in town to share their talent? Some of us work long hours, and we don't want to hear their stupid act. There's the internet for that. I listen as Mark just lets out all of his self-internalized frustration. So you're bitter because you have a hard job and you assume the open mic people aren't working as hard? That's right. I'm already regretting this date. How do you just like leave somebody on a date? It takes work to be creative, you know?
Ah.
No, wait, but sure, everyone wants to hear that. But not everybody wants to hear that. Why not go to a bar that doesn't have open mic? Hold on. We might be onto something. How many decent bars do you think there are in a place like this?
It's not like I can just up and leave here, you know?
Anyways, that's not the point. It seems like that's maybe exactly the point. You can always just go somewhere else. I did a rooster search. You could go to...
I'm not talking about the bar. I mean this town. This whole place.
I think my friend, I think he needs a hug. He needs a hug. I don't know you well enough for me to get into that right now. But if you want to, we can get to know each other more. I steer the conversation back to the original topic, Mark's attitude over the open mic that got him booted from the bar. It sounds a little bit like you might regret what you said, resulting in you getting kicked out. Mark stares, seemingly a little put off by me calling him out, but he only sighs before his mood shifts back to its previously cocky demeanor.
Ugh.
He's probably got anger issues.
So, what's a babe like you doing on a dating app?
How old was Mark? Did y'all see his age? What was his age? Well, my friend made me a profile a long time ago. Wow. Wow, he didn't just say that. I skipped over it, but he did not just say that. Not that it's any of your business, but if you must know, today was my first time actually using it. My favorite video game is under maintenance, so here I am. You only used Blinder because you couldn't play a video game? Sounds about right. You don't look like the type. And what is that supposed to mean? Well, I'm just saying your appearance is different than how you're acting. How do I look like I act? Like you're high class, too good for a place like this.
Yeah, a place like this. A small bar in a small-ass town, staying home and playing video games.
You think high class people are too good for video games? Yep. What the hell is that supposed to mean? You definitely don't give off the video game vibes. You know, gamers come in many shapes and sizes, right? But isn't that a little embarrassing to admit out loud? That's what I was trying to tell. That's what I said the last time when she was talking to Luca. She was telling him all about her fucking anime boyfriends. And I was just like, girl, really? This is what you bring up on the first date? No. I enjoy what I enjoy. I get that. I can get down with that. It looks like he wants to say something more, but before he can, I continue. What if I were to make snap judgments about you and your appearance? What's your snap judgment of me? You can't let go of your high school days. Ooh, did you see his face? Ooh, that was mean. Your beaten up Letterman jacket that has your name and high school on it. The way you seem to crave attention.
So what? I love this jacket. And yeah, who wouldn't want to pay attention to me?
Do you want an actual answer to that, or was that rhetorical? A question you don't actually want the answer to? Welcome, Sparkle. Moving on. Hit me with your next shot. What else do you think about me? You work at a car dealership, dude. Don't let that be right, because it literally crossed my mind. Your overconfident attitude. You don't appear to be shy about talking to others. It's not a bad skill to have. It's not. Sorry, but no dice. That's not my job. What do you do? Building contractor, an occasional private transport provider. A man of many impressive talents, it would seem. What kind of construction? It's whatever my uncle wants done. He usually does infrastructure contracts, but sometimes we do commercial or industrial stuff. Right now we're building a new parking garage for the town hall. We're waiting on our supplier for more concrete, but overall the project is looking good. But you don't want to hear about that. You probably have some uppity, high-class, fancy job or something. Now who's making snap judgments? Yep, my homegirl works at a shitty mall. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed for you, sister. He's like all trashy and like such a shit dude, but he's like got a good job. And you can be a good person and have such a shit job. Oh, that's so rude. You know, you seem familiar. We helped them all with the interior construction. You're right. Who the hell wants to talk about work? So moving on, I have a question. Why did your friends make you a blinder profile? Probably because the only thing worse than my career prospects are my dating prospects. Seems kinda hopeless, doesn't it? Online dating. I hate that I do. I do have a good customer service voice. Yep. I was told that the other day. They were like, wow, you have a very nice phone voice. And I was like, can I help you? Are you okay? Well, I can't say I disagree there. Like, why go through all that just to be stood up? Before we can continue our conversation, a grungy looking guy covered in music related tattoos heads out of the bar. Luca.
Hey,
Oh! Oh! Not Luca. Hey, Mark, still lingering outside? Yeah, it's public property. What are you gonna do about it? It's not. It's still part of the bar.
Ugh.
Aww. Not all of us got to leave this place, you know. Not that you could appreciate it anyway.
Noble, dependable Theo, making sacrifices for his family. Why don't you take off on your high horse and get out of my face?
Did y'all go to high school together or something? I mean, everybody around here is like 30, so I think it's about time to get over it. Mark gets closer to the grungy man. It's pretty obvious they have some history together, and I don't want to see a fight break out. Mark pauses for a second, then he backs off and gets close to me. Yeah, sure, let's go. It's not worth my time. Mark holds my hand as we depart. I'm pretty sure I can hear Theo muttering something melancholy, but I can't make out what it is. Away from the bar, Mark's mood shifts completely. Like a shark in pursuit of his prey, he turns to me, closing in, placing a hand on my shoulder. Oh no, don't be weird, Mark. I say save. And I say fuck it, cause there's gonna be more to this guy. Okay, they're not just gonna throw a douchebag in here. It's a douchebag with a story. What were you thinking? I have a buddy throwing a party at his place. Wanna go? He seems eager to hurry up and get out of the area. It's as though he's trying hard to put off talking about anything real. I do kind of want to spend a bit more time with him, though. Okay, lead the way. I get a hyper right away. I'll get a hyper right away. What is that, like a Waymo? The hyper arrives sooner than expected. I take this opportunity to pull out my phone and text Leia. Leia! Oh, she is knocked the fuck out. Party guy takes me back to our 20s. His profile said he's 30. Yeah, buddy. It's about time to get over that shit. Fucking high school? Yeah, sorry. Get over it. Mark and I arrive at his friend's place, a house at the edge of town. Music and lights spill out on the lawn from the open windows and doors. It's been a while since I've been to a party like this. Empty cans of cheap beer litter the sidewalk as we walk up. It almost feels a little juvenile now. I feel Mark wrap his arm around my shoulders, pulling me in a little closer. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
Just getting closer to you, babe.
I gently pull his arm off me as a group of men who I presume are his friends begin to hoot and holler in the distance. A little too close if you ask me. As we head inside, a guy who looks not much older than Mark is the first one to greet us. He reeks of liquor. Look, the Mark train finally coming in, and with a girl on board.
Hey!
Another man emerges from the fray before Mark can introduce me. The man looks me up and down and smiles. And you brought a lady friend. Yeah, no, we are not in a safe space. Before his friend can say anything further, Mark clears his throat as if to change the subject. Matt, Carl, meet my girlfriend. Oh, sir, girlfriend, we just met tonight. We just met like 30 minutes ago. I'm not gonna embarrass him in front of his friends. I decide not to correct Mark. It seems like an innocent fib to impress his friends, and it's not like anything else will come of it, probably. I offer his friends a bright smile. It's nice to meet you. Matt and Carl nod politely my way, and I do the same. Nice to meet you. Anyone who can put up with this guy has got to be a saint. Before I can answer, Carl speaks up, seemingly to continue his train of thought from earlier. Mark tries to motion toward Carl as though not to speak of this person, but his friends seem completely oblivious. Remember her, Matt? They were inseparable in high school. Oh, you guys are talking about like high school sweethearts too? You guys are tripping. I sneak a glance at Mark and notice his jaw clenching. Oh. Oh, man. Now it's Carl's turn to shut Matt up with a slap on Matt's shoulder so violent it nearly spills his drink. Well, now I'm curious as to what else they might have wanted to say. It's going fine. My uncle's still a hard ass, but the new garage for the town hall is looking pretty sweet. Before I can say anything, Mark opens his mouth. Funny story, we actually met because one day our construction crew was working on the intersection over by the garage. He pulls me closer. This sweetie was running late for work because we were blocking the road. This dude is just lying, like straight off the dome. She had parked her car, got out, started asking how long the intersection would be closed. I happened to be the one she talked to. I apologized and offered her a coffee the following day. We traded numbers, and after that coffee date, well, the rest is history. Just capping, bro. Just capping. Bro just said, yeah, I killed Thanos, bro. I killed Thanos. Yeah. That's what he just did in front of his friends. Yeah, I'm the one who snapped my fingers, bro. That's me. Like, and it's not even believable. The friends share a laugh as Matt gives Mark a friendly bro punch on the arm and then pats him on the back. I find myself too stunned to say anything, listening to him spin such an obvious lie. His friends are enamored with it, though. Did he make up that whole story, or did he make that whole story up just to impress him? I lean in close to Mark and quietly speak into his ear. Do you think we can go somewhere a little bit more private?
Oh, sorry guys. My lady wants some alone time.
This looks like a bad place to be in. There's another round of raucous, right? Is it raucous? Raucous? Don't get on my ass about this one. Raucous. I saw this word in my book too, and I just skimmed over it. A round of, well, I know it means loud, okay? That's all I'll say. Oh, okay. There's another round of raucous cheering as I grab Mark's arm, eyeing a place for some privacy. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I didn't think he'd go as far as to make up a story about a fake meeting on the spot. I spot a door to the backyard, which is surprisingly empty, although that's most likely due to the crowd playing some type of drinking game inside. Dragging Mark outside, I gently push him against the wall away from the window, far from the prying eyes of his friends. I place my hand next to him, stand on my tippy toes, and lean in close. Hey, already getting up close and personal, huh? You really did want some alone time. In your dreams. I'm only this close so your buddies won't hear me.
Oh. When we're together, they'll definitely hear you.
Mark, I want to like you. I wanted to like you, buddy. I wanted to like you. I roll my eyes. I need you to be serious. What the hell was that back there? What you said to your friends back there about me being your girlfriend, the whole bullshit story on how we met. It's almost scary how good of a lie it was. Even I was almost convinced it went down like that. In a quieter... Oh, hold on. In a quieter voice that sounds almost apologetic and sad. What did he say? Okay. I couldn't tell them we just met at the bar tonight. They wouldn't give me all kinds of shit. Besides, you stuck with me for this far. I might be regretting it now.
Yeah? Even though you're still standing so close?
Mark places a hand on my shoulder and I pull back. Do I actually maybe kind of want to ride the Mark train? Okay, sis. I really can't believe I just thought that. You have like 10 seconds to explain yourself or I'm out. He sighs as he slicks back his hair. Look, you heard what the guys were saying, right? What they were saying without saying. I haven't been in an actual relationship in 12 years. I mean, I've hooked up with plenty of chicks. I'm not that big of a loser. But it gets old. My buddies didn't bring it up for a while, but they've been hounding me for a long time. Saying stuff like, it's time to move on, or why don't you find someone and settle down? What does it matter if you're in a relationship or not?
Ugh.
That's what I'm saying. But they all have their own things going on, and I'm just some sad extra wheel to them now. It's not like I haven't tried. I thought I was just focusing on figuring my own life out. His tone becomes almost solemn. A lot of good that did, though. Been stuck on the same job for 12 years, and the one I had to take after I got... Why am I telling you this stuff anyway? It's not like you care. I think you need an outlet, my friend. But I also want to... You're right, I don't care. Why would I? I just met you, and especially after that stunt you just pulled. Okay, no. I don't wanna be like that. I don't wanna be like that. I do care. If I didn't care, I would have definitely bailed out after some phony meet cute.
But nobody cares about what I think or how my life is.
Get over yourself, Mark.
Tough it out. Everyone has issues, so boo-hoo, deal with it. That's what they all say.
What you want me to say? How the hell could you care about someone you just met? Well, when you're not putting up the front of being an insufferable asshole, I think you might be okay. You see? She's starting to see what I'm seeing, okay? I'm seeing a front, I'm seeing a mask, but I know that's not who you really are, Mark. Go ahead and peel that shit off, buddy.
Yeah? Well, it doesn't matter. This is probably just a big joke, like everything else in my life.
You're making it so hard to like you, buddy. And what would you say if it wasn't? That maybe I really am interested in getting to know you? Mark stiffens slightly, and under the cover of night I can sense him staring at me in utter disbelief. He sighs heavily, as if the whole weight of the world sits squarely on his shoulders. I'd say I don't believe it. I can't. Everything in my life has been one disappointment after another. I press myself close to him, weirdly compelled to comfort him. What do you mean? Mark, the man who always has something to say, who always had the final word, sits there in silence. When he finally turns to me, gone is the cocky man from the bar. He seems so sad and lost in this moment. Mark takes a deep breath as if bracing himself for impact. But then, we're immediately interrupted by Matt. Matt notices the close proximity that we are and immediately apologizes. I feel myself blush at Matt's comment as Mark reluctantly walks toward his friend. All the swagger that is his shield is back up. I can hear the other friend teasing and laughing alongside Matt, but Mark just sighs at the comment. Mark heads into the house but doesn't motion for me to follow. I do anyway because I'm curious to see just exactly what kind of fixing Matt thinks Mark can do. In a small bathroom at the back of the house, I find Mark swallowed up by the vanity only on his legs trailing out from the open doors. Matt, you gotta set up a fan to let this all dry out tonight, otherwise you're gonna get mold. Mark surfaces from the underneath the sink and Matt ruffles his hair, which seems to annoy Mark. He waves off his friend and walks toward me, motioning to go back outside. Before Matt can finish his comment, Carl gently taps him on the shoulder as though to shut him up again. Anyway, don't let us keep you waiting. The party rages on as Mark and I go back outside.
Ah.
That was what? It's embarrassing, right? The way that they're always mocking me about all kinds of shit. Well, why'd you bring me here, fuck nigga? Yeah, because I don't have some fancy desk job and they always make fun of me. Why is having a fancy desk job so important? Because that's the measure of success. No, it's not. Every other career is just meaningless. Which is why I know they don't really like keeping me around. Except when it's convenient for them. I don't think that they were... I'm sorry, I'm yawning a lot. I don't think that they were mean to him. I don't think that they had any kind of malicious intent. They're also drunk, so I can't really, judge them off that. They tease you, but it's pretty playful. Yeah, they seem to genuinely like you. Did you not hear how they basically made fun of me being able to fix the sink? That's just what they do. It's not great, but that's the way of showing affection. Yeah, that's what I got from that. As if I chose his friend's side. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll go back, but I'm gonna save. Yeah. A traitor. I don't budge. Mark is so convinced that everyone is against him that even the friendly jostling of his friends are even the friendly jostling his friends are doing is considered an offense to him. I try again. Would they be asking you about your job and seemingly so concerned about your life if they didn't care? He says it with such conviction that his voice cracks, like he desperately has something to prove. I'd say no. Besides, they respect your skills enough to ask you for help. He proceeds to gesture wildly to the party going on inside. Does any of this make you want to bail? Hell yeah. But I'm still here. Yep. You say that like you want me to. Do you like the chase or something?
Maybe I do. Why don't we test it out?
He is giving motorcycle dude, chasing through the woods situation. Mark gets closer to me and I can feel our body heat merging with one another. Though he's maintained his cocky exterior throughout the evening here and there, I've seen the cracks in his defenses. Do I want to try to break down the wall or keep things superficial?
Well, you haven't moved yet. Maybe you really do like being around me.
Maybe I'm just fucked up in the head, man. Or maybe I just want to know what is going on in that head of yours so I know if I should run. Mark smiles and holds my arms close as though he's contemplating on making a move. Before he can have the last word, however, I do something unthinkable. Oh, she went in for it! She went in for the kill. I lean up and kiss him on the lips. He moves his hand close from my... He moves his hands from my arms to my waist and wraps them around me, pulling me closer. My arms are still wrapped around his neck as we share this tender moment. I slightly pull back to look into his eyes and then go back in for the kiss, to which he greedily pulls me close, crushing my lips with his. His tongue traces my lips, a silent ask for entry. It's been a long time since I've made out with someone, so I slightly part my lips, letting him take the lead. Despite his attitude, he's a damn good kisser. After what seems like an eternity, I pull away to gasp for air, with the both of us looking at each other.
Hey!
We speak at the same time, then break into laughter. We laugh for a bit before turning to each other in solemn glances. I should go home. It's getting late. I'm gonna get a hyper and head out. As I turn to leave, Mark gently grabs my wrist and cups my face. He pulls me in for another more selfish kiss before pulling away, sincerity in his eyes. Aww. I leave with the quiet farewell ringing in my ears and his soft look lingering in my heart. You see, I told you he was gonna be kind of sweet underneath that rough exterior, okay? I knew it. Come on, trust the instinct. Would I contact him again, or was this a one-time fling? I don't see why we have to have these moments to talk to Leia. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's important at all. As the days pass by after the party with Mark, I contemplate on whether or not I should pursue him. We shared some intimate moments together, but that still doesn't make it meant to be. We didn't even get each other's numbers. I could always message him on Blinder. It was a one night thing to satiate boredom. That's all, right? As if to interrupt my thoughts, I hear my phone ring. Hey Feezy, we're a little short-staffed and are having a annual sale on lawn gnomes. Can you come in for a couple of hours? No. Nope. Nope, not at all. No, she said no problem. Thanks, I'll make sure to get coffee and donuts for you today. My treat. You think that makes up for that shit? But at least the caffeine and sugar addiction are free. I immediately get dressed for work, throwing a tin of mints in my purse for the future. No one likes dealing with coffee breath. And go onto the Hyper app for a ride. I choose the quickest option, a man with no profile picture and just the name MK. Looks like he's driving a red truck. As I wait for my Hyper, I hear a meow and suddenly feel something fuzzy on my legs. It's my kitty! Hello, kitty! Hello there, stranger. What a beautiful cat you are. I lean in to pet the cat, noticing no collar on him. I notice a full food bowl by the alley. You may be a stray, but someone sure is taking good care of you, huh? It seems the ball of fluff is attempting to tell me about the person who's been feeding him. I smile and nod, listening intently to his meowing and purring. Not like I can actually understand him, unfortunately. It's not like this is some fantasy Atome where the cat is actually a handsome otherworldly deity in search of love. Perish the thought, Feezy. No, that's what I want to believe now. She put it in my head. I'm gonna be thinking about the cat now. An obnoxious honk interrupts my thoughts. I look at my app and my Hyper driver has arrived. Sorry, kitty. I have to go to work. See you later. The Hyper is a big red truck, and out of the trucks comes I can't read anymore. I can't read. Let's just sit here in silence. I can't read anymore. I don't know why. It's just, I just keep fucking up. It just sounds like jibber jabber coming out my mouth at this point. The Hyper is a big red truck, and out of the truck comes a familiar figure.
Hey!
Here to go to the mall. I guess I am. Didn't you see my profile when you accepted the ride? I just accepted the first one that popped up. I didn't really pay attention. I'm happy to see him. Yes, she is. The car ride is awkward and silent for the first few moments, almost suffocatingly so. I look over to Mark and notice that he's actively avoiding eye contact with me. After a few moments, I decide to break the ice. So, I guess this is what you meant by private transportation provider. Well, yeah, did you think I was lying? You're pretty good at fabricating tales. Like the story you told about how we met. And the part-time hyper gig is legit. I do it as a side hustle for some extra cash. Well, I gotta say, seeing you as a working man is not what I expected. Though, with your construction and plumbing skills, it actually does make sense. Wait, are you making fun of me? No. I think it's practical to be well versed in so many hard skills. All I have is being extra friendly to people so they'll buy cheap ass products and maybe let me upsell them on a credit card. I mean, being able to fake being nice is a skill all on its own. It sure is. Sure the fuck is, and it better be recognized. I won't argue with that. The next few moments are a bit awkward in our silence. I wasn't sure if I wanted to see you again.
Well, that's definitely not what a guy wants to hear.
We didn't get each other's numbers, so I was trying to trying to contact one another was kind of a moot point. Well, we could message each other on Blinder. I did think about that, but also you didn't message me.
I wasn't sure if I was ready to see you again.
Isn't that what she just said?
I didn't want to seem clingy or creepy is all. It's just...
Ever since that night at the bar and hanging out at that party, I couldn't stop thinking about us. Oh, look at his smile! We got a fucking smile off, bro! He's not looking so angry no more.
Well, more like I couldn't stop thinking about you.
Ooh! Hold on. Mark. Hold on. We pull into the parking lot of the mall. We stop moving, but I'm so focused on Mark that I've lost all sense of space and time.
I couldn't stop thinking about the way you carry yourself. The way that you're not shy at all. You've done quite a number on me. From your body language to your personality. But in the end, I was too much of a coward to even ask for your number.
Ooh. But it doesn't have to be a one-time thing, right? I mean, I was thinking about you a lot since that night, too. And despite my inner voice telling me to bail, I did enjoy my time with you. I'm interested in you, to say the least.
I'm interested in you, too. And not just in the, I want to get down and dirty.
I think carefully before finishing that sentence, sir.
Wait, I mean, I am interested in that, but that's not the only thing I'm interested in. I'm digging myself into a hole, aren't I?
Maybe a little bit. But that's not to say I'm not interested in that. I have a 5.5. I have a 5. Where did the half come from? You see, I can't fucking read. Where the fuck is this coming from? I have a 5-hour shift and then planned on going to the pear store. Why do we go to the pear store anyway? Meet me in front of the store after my shift? Oh, but wait, pull out your phone. I pull out my phone as Mark asked, to which he takes it and adds himself as a contact. You know, I can just delete this, right? I clearly don't and instead message him so he now has my number. Cute. Before I can chide him for being inappropriate, he sees me out of his truck. I'll just have to get back at him later. Hours later, I stumble out of work, exhausted. Girl, you worked a 5-hour shift. You're good. You were A-okay. I figured the shift would be chaotic, but it was much worse than I could have imagined, and it didn't even do what I originally wanted to. Get my mind off Mark. Oh, is that what this is why she picked up that shift? My mind keeps going in circles. Maybe if I leave before meeting him, I won't have to worry about it. I could just ghost this town and... Oh, girl. I could just ghost this town and go far, far away. Away from the store, away from Mark, away from everything. What kind of person would that make me? Don't do that. Girl, you would ditch him? I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. I can't ignore whatever complex emotions I'm having. I'm ready to give this a go for real.
Hey!
As if on cue, Mark's voice breaks my thought. Why the long face? You know those creepy little ceramic decorations that just stare into your soul? I mean, those are elves, but yeah. Buy one, get one free promo on garden decorations. Mostly lawn gnomes. Enough about the stupid gnomes. Work talk is exhausting. Even though his comment was absurd, it made me laugh. It brightened up my mood, that's for sure. Mark leans in closer and offers me his arm. His expression is shark-like, but his emotions are chivalrous? That's cute. Pack doesn't even begin to describe this place. I'm not doing this again. Before I'm able to ask Mark what's up, the store clerk greets us.
Oh.
This is... I think he was probably making fun of him. I have the newest Pearphone model. I really need a replacement charger, and there's just so many different ones. The store clerk looks around, seeing some kids with greasy pretzel hands playing with display cords. Mark gets a little closer to me. He whispers closely into my ear. It looked like you were about to blow a fuse. It's that comedy nerd from the bar the other night. He just pisses me off. I might have noticed. Isn't it exhausting to be so confrontational every time you come across someone that rubs you the wrong way? Life does not always have to be a dick measuring contest. She's not wrong. Please, just let it go. Try to think of it this way. You think your life sucks? That comedy nerd is stuck working in this retail hellscape. He's just trying to get by like anyone else. Before Mark can protest, Tristan comes out with a new charging cord, a couple of portable banks to go with it. I'm not reading his stuff. We go through the motions of the transaction without any complications. I start to head towards the exit, but Mark stays put, sizing up the store clerk.
Hey!
In a panic, the poor man looks back at Mark.
Sorry about the other night. It wasn't cool of me.
Oh! My dog is trained. I trained my dog. I've trained him. He's a good boy now. As he notices a couple of kids trying to topple a nearby display, he rushes off. What a good boy, Mark. You need a cookie for that. That was real big of you. The old one got to be so unpredictable. Doesn't work bent like this. Works bent like that. It's exhausting to try and play Heavenly Love when it's hooked up all the time. It's a game I play on my phone. Sounds like some nerd shit to me. That's a gross oversimplification. I could try to explain, but I'll show you instead. I open the game and the iconic title music plays. I look at Mark a little nervous as I show him my hobby. The music's super corny. Yep. These are the four men, the main characters.
Really?
Yeah. He points to my phone screen. I've never seen dudes like that in real life. How the hell are we supposed to compete with that? He's getting jealous. I mean, They do raise the bar pretty high. All my book boyfriends. And he said, this is top shelf nerd shit. Bro, you are still concerned about high school. Back up. I like nerd shit, Mark. Is there a problem with that? I think I snapped back enough at Mark to shock him. He's at a loss for words. So you like it, then I guess I can try to at least understand it. What a good boy. I'm not sure if he meant for me to hear him, but that made me appreciate his effort. And the best looking one, the redhead one here. Mark points at the newest character, a man with long red hair and a snarky grin. Well, he's my favorite. Hard to say yet since he's just been introduced. So far, it seems like he's a bit misunderstood, a total asshat that causes chaos no matter where he goes. But once more of his story is revealed, you understand it's really a cry for help. Now granted, that doesn't justify or excuse his behavior, but now you can't help but want to know more about him. I look at Mark as I give the explanation. He seems rather enthralled with the story. That's like our boy Kyo from fucking Fruits Baskets. Welcome 47. I think I'm gonna if the shoe fits his ass. You weren't making that correlation? Did I seriously just self-project? Now that you mention it, yeah, I might see a resemblance. You both pretty bratty tsunderes who are clueless about emotional intelligence.
A bratty what now?
Tsundere.
Bless you.
I mask your feelings with the defensive wall. In your case, being a grade A asshole. Just an observation. But really, deep down, once you find someone you like, really care for them. Mark closes in on me, face as red as a beet. Before realizing that we're super close to each other and still in the pear store, a familiar voice interrupts our moment. Yeah, he's like, you guys can't just like stand in the middle of the store and start making out. As soon as we leave the pear store, I feel an insatiable thirst. My eyes drifting and I catch a sight of a boba. Girl! This girl knows me. Me and this girl are so one. Yep, she found some boba. I'm down. Let's go. Let's get some boba.
Boba tea?
It's alright, buddy. We'll take your boba virginity. I grab his arm and lead him to the boba kiosk. Showing him the pictures of different flavors and the tapioca pearls, I can feel my mouth watering just looking at them. I had some earlier today, too. I won't force you to try it, but you're missing out on something sweet. I order a boba for myself and start sipping at it, motioning for Mark to follow me outside the mall. Can't read. We find a bench that we both sit on. I'm still sipping my boba. Aw, that was sweet. I enjoyed hanging out with you. We sit in silence watching the sunset in a beautiful array of colors. I find myself sitting a little closer to Mark, gently placing a hand on his. Can I ask you something? You talked about not having anything substantial for a long time. I remember your buddies talking about something like that too. Tell me about your ex. You don't have to if you don't want to, of course. I just really like to know something real about you. Something that's not the cocky front you put on for everyone. And she keeps coming up again and again anyway, so. Alright guys, lock in. He's finna give us the backstory. And I'm probably not reading that shit.
Back then, the two of us, Violet and I, we had plans to leave town. But I got hurt. And it wasn't an option for me to leave anymore.
Mark pauses for a bit. I can tell he's struggling to tamp down his emotions. A room tour? That would be really cute. My room's dirty right now, but I'll think about it in the future. She said she wanted it to work, but in the end, she got into her dream school and she left. Oh, he's got abandonment issues. Mark doesn't answer, but I can see his jaw clenching. We sit there in intense silence for a moment. She wanted to, but I thought it was a waste of time. Long distance relationships never work. Depends on the work you put in on them, guys. What's the point if I couldn't be with her all the time? I couldn't leave this shit town, but she went off to university. She was going to forget me. Aww. For better or for worse, you're pretty unforgettable. Yeah, I'll take that as a good thing. He pulls me in closer, gives me a kiss on my lips, then slowly pulls away. Then he goes in for another, this time greedily pressing his tongue to part my lips, much like our kiss from the night at his friend's place. Mark breaks away from the kiss and gazes into my eyes. You don't have a ride, do you? I was gonna call a hyper. He's gonna say the Mark train. Oh, he missed an opportunity to say the Mark train. You can ride with me. I'll take you up on that in case. Are you going to charge me? That's cute. You want to go on another date? I could be persuaded. Mark drops me off at my place. Before leaving, I give him a gentle kiss on his lips, leaving him completely speechless. After that, I go straight to my apartment to text Leia. Yeah, I don't care. Two weeks ago, I gave Mark a chance at the mall. Since then, we've gone on a few more dates and have been texting one another almost constantly. From little ice cream outings to occasional bar hangouts, it's actually been a lot of fun. Even though Mark sometimes falls back into his old habits, I can tell he's trying to be less abrasive and more considerate. It all started after he apologized to that pear store clerk. Luca's face when Mark and I first went back to the bar together was priceless. Hold on. Wait, cause how do you know Luca, sis? Does this mean that we went out with Luca and have moved on to Mark? I didn't know that this was all in the same universe of this happening. Surprised at how much we've been seeing each other, actually. Really happy I decided to give him a chance. He's revealing himself to be quite the gentleman. I'm off today, so maybe I can see Mark again. It's not problematic. Bro's just a horn dog, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. It's been a while since I've been to a guy's place in a non-platonic way, so naturally I start getting ready hours prior to the decided meeting time. But when we were with Luca, she didn't even wait. She was so down to fuck bro on the first night. As I go through my closet deciding what to wear, I find all kinds of awkward and interesting clothes. I end up with my usual attire and proceed to apply my makeup. As soon as I arrive, Mark immediately lets me into his place. It's, surprisingly nice, if a bit simple and sparsely decorated. He must have noted my blank gaze as I look around the place. Humble. Uh,
We should go sometime. I'd love to see you in a bikini.
you can do better.
Well, if that's what it takes.
Uh-huh. Seriously though, this place is really nice. So what made you pick this place in particular? Welcome, Escape. Thanks for stopping by. Mark shifts his gaze away. Aww. Mark motions for me to follow him to a glass cabinet stuffed with silver and gold colored objects. I lean in to investigate them a little more. The display is stuffed with trophies, medals, and plaques, all from basketball. Framed team photos hang on the wall beside the cabinet. A younger, slimmer looking Mark smiles widely. Why are we looking at this? Your glory days. Yeah. Yes, honey. But. Oh. Oh, okay. I see why he's so desperate for this high school thing, you know. You get hurt your senior year, the scouts aren't looking at you no more, they're not offering you any more scholarships. So I can see how, you know, he can have some resentment toward that situation, which very much sucks. I'm sorry. But you need to move on. You need to take off this Letterman jacket, buddy. You need to just be like, hey, high school happened. It's over. You're done. This is under construction. It's a Tomy game, so it's a dating simulator. Yeah, no one cares about that shit, buddy. No, we don't. I don't care about... When my parents found out how much I enjoyed basketball, they were determined that I would get good enough and go to Big Shot University on a sports scholarship. Yeah.
Well, so much for that. All I got to show for it is a bum ankle, a broken heart, and pissed off parents.
And now you're 30, honey. Mark sighs as he lets it all out. That explains his lack of motivation for sure. What did they do after your injury? Well, they let me stay as long as I went to the local uni. So much good that did. Half a semester, realized schooling wasn't for me, so they kicked me out. That's when I went to my uncle for help.
I hate this part. It makes me look so weak. But in the end, my uncle helped me out.
I've been giving bro a chance, but he just... So many red flags on this guy. That's what he is. He's a red flag character. Broken dreams, pushy parents, and nothing really to show for it. All the while being at the same job since basically graduating high school. No wonder he feels stuck. It sucks to be vulnerable, but that weakness is also part of what makes us human. And what makes you think that? I feel like I've said this way too many times. Matt and Carl don't hate you. Even after all this time together, you're still protesting. You have this attitude that's you against the world, but you know what I see? A sad boy who hides behind a wall because he thinks it's weak to show his true self. And so instead he puts on a show, and somewhere that sad boy lost sight of who he really is. Am I wrong?
Why be myself when no one looks at me like that?
Right? Despite my inner voice telling me to run, I didn't. Something about you keeps me here. Really don't know why, but it could be that I saw your asshole act and immediately knew. This man is hurting too. Ooh! She ate him up with that! She ate him up, and he don't even want to know it. Oh, I know she didn't want to have to do it to you, Mark, but you playing this fucking poor me game. After all I've seen from Mark in these past 2 weeks and everything he's revealed to me today, I can't help but think about how he said he feels stuck here in this town. From his parents to his friends to his own viewpoint for the world, I had to ask, are you happy here? The question appears to throw Mark for a loop. We stand and stare at the awkward silence for a little bit. Stand and stare in awkward silence. When he finally speaks up, his voice sounds unsure. Why risk something and change things if it's working? Even though my friends can get annoying with their taunting of me, and always hounding me about my relationship like my ex.
You asked if I'm happy here?
I nod, even though I think I already know what his answer will be.
Fuck no!
As much as I thought I knew what he was gonna say, his response catches me by surprise. The rawness of it, the intensity of his expression. Mark leans his arm on my shoulder and presses his forehead on
I
mine.
haven't been happy in a long time.
I think he wants to say more, but it's almost as though he can't. I'm not sure what to say or do. I've wrapped my arms around his neck, and as we look into each other's eyes... But when I'm with you, I start to forget about the things that make me unhappy. Good answer, buddy. Good answer. Aww. We stay like this for a while until Mark finally lets go of me and walks toward his shelf. Mark shyly pulls out a new-looking box. He brings it closer to me, opening the contents. Mark opens the box, and it's a collection of classic imported Atome for handheld systems, as well as some limited edition art books. Aww! He removes some games and reveals an old recreation station. That's funny. I got the system for me as well. I was wanting to play some of these with you. Aww. It is very thoughtful. I do appreciate it. Mark gets closer to me and opens up his phone, clicking on a cutesy game with anthropomorphic ice cream characters called Ice Cream City. I've heard of this but never played it. Oh, hold on. No, I wanted to hear it.
It's fun and stupid. Look at all these little ice cream flavors, and you can collect them and protect your city.
Adorable. He begins playing and showing his Ice Cream City collection, going through the mechanics and events. This is super cute, and I'm tempted to download it too. The Ice Cream City mechanics are actually quite similar to Heavenly Love. I pull out my phone to download the game, and we add each other on our friends list. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this side of you, Mark.
I guess I just want to be authentic for you. You think? We're gonna have to do better than that.
Hold on, y'all are getting freaky. It's a bad move or a good one on my part? Mark leans in and kisses me, caressing my lips with his tongue and making his way in. He holds my waist as he deepens his kiss. He slowly breaks away and looks deeply in my eyes. Anyway, what about me and my goals? Oh, I don't want to hear her shit. Yeah, I've already I know her story. I don't want to hear her story again. Mark pauses to think about what I said. Then after a few moments, he grabs my hand and leads me to the door. I'm a little bit confused, but I let Mark lead me away. As we walk, the sun is pretty much set, and Mark continues holding my hand. So I'm the first one to go to your secret spot? Now I feel honored, but honestly I look forward to seeing this place. We arrive at the spot Mark mentioned, which is a small bridge overlooking probably the biggest body of water in this town. It's a really small pond if it can be called that. Yet what really stands out to me are the flowers that seem to only bloom around this pond. Purple lotuses, all in varying stages of their lives, all standing out against the darkness. It truly is a sight to behold. Without thinking, I take out my phone and begin taking several photos of the flowers and pond. I'm so engrossed that I didn't even realize Mark started wrapping his arms around my waist until I hear him chuckle. It's been a while since I've just taken pictures of nature like this. I lean into his warmth. We both stare in silence, just taking in nature, enjoying each other's company. Finally, Mark decides to break the silence. You mentioned leaving here, yet not being able to go. Being stuck here, not just physically, but mentally too. I guess so. I never really thought about it before, but yeah, I suppose I'm stuck physically and emotionally. Mark gently grabs my hand as though to comfort me. Every time I find an exit, I just keep getting pushed back into that door. After a while, I got comfortable and realized that it was just too hard to try and leave. I got tired of trying.
If I don't try, and it doesn't work out, I can't be disappointed.
He holds me closer, now wrapping both of his arms around my waist, having me look up at his eyes. I almost feel the same way. The door is my job, and it's hard to get out, but then what is the point of living if we just accept being stuck? Or rather, what if we're stuck together? Mark's expression becomes softer as he leans in closer to me, placing his forehead on mine, mimicking our emotions from the night of his friend's party. I probably have enough saved to do a little bit of traveling, but I still can't bring myself to do it. It's like that door is threatening me.
If I leave, I won't be safe, even if I might finally be happy.
You should travel if you can. Finally leave. After I say this, Mark pauses for a bit to keep his eyes on me. I'm not sure what is going through his head currently, but he keeps opening and closing his mouth as though he's trying to say something. Moments pass and Mark finally speaks. I want you to come with me.
If we're stuck together, then we should try to escape together.
I mean, I guess it's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Before I say more, Mark pulls me closer and presses his lips against mine. His hands now on my shoulders have firmly grasped me and aren't showing any signs of letting go. He gently releases his kiss to look at me with kind eyes, and then another kiss, more forceful than the previous one. We continue kissing as I wrap my arms around his neck. His hands slowly move down from my shoulders to my waist and down to my ass. He lifts my legs up to wrap around his own waist as I'm now supporting myself with the arms around his neck, although his strong, firm hands cupped on the bottom really helps with the support. We give each other some space to breathe. Most of the night continues with the two of us kissing and caressing one another. When we're both finally out of breath, we break away. He gently lowers my legs and keeps his hands on my waist, looking intently at me. He gently kisses my forehead. That night with Mark has left my mind running in circles. We're both lost and stuck, but it sounds as though he's finally found some purpose for himself, some drive, and he wants me to come with him. As soon as I get home, I see Leia has texted me. I don't know. Mark just doesn't seem like... I don't know. He just doesn't seem like someone who has his shit together. He's not ready for a relationship. He's not. I think about our conversation from that night for days afterwards. The idea of traveling together, leaving town for like a month or so to figure our life out. My thoughts are interrupted by my phone's ringtone. Getting overexcited, I don't bother to check the caller ID. This is Feezy. What's up? Huh? Well, see? That's perfect timing for her. You can continue to work out the 3 months, but we also suggest seeking out more permanent career solution. Might we suggest something that doesn't have the word temporary in the title? Anything that's available? Sorry, but we don't provide placement services. Please contact your local temp agency for another job opportunity. Thank you for your service at XYZ store, and we hope you work with us again in the future. I hang up the phone without giving the HR representative a chance to retort. Well, now what am I gonna do? It's not like I enjoyed that job, but it did pay the bills and give me a little bit of savings. Am I really considering dropping everything and going to travel with Mark? As if on cue, my phone beeps. Oh. 7 p.m. rolls around and Mark messages me right on time. As I walk outside, I see Mark with the stray cat. Mark looks as though he's about to get into a fist fight with the cat. The cat gets a little closer to Mark, which seems to shock him.
Okay. Maybe a touch. Or two. Just to compare.
Mark seems to have succumbed to the furry temptation. He's petting the stray while the cat continues to purr loudly.
Yeah, that's the spot, right?
Mark immediately jumps up and looks at me, bashfully placing his arm behind his head. Maybe you think that cat is cuter than me. That's what I like to hear. I give Mark a small kiss on the cheek and pet the cat's head. Well, I can't deny, he is pretty cute. Damn right. Annoyed by our lack of appreciation for their feline majesty, the cat turns tail and scampers off into the park across the street from my apartment. You ready to go? Sure am. This place better be amazing.
I hope it fits your standards.
It better.
Your Majesty.
Period. Mark bows while being overly dramatic and sarcastic. Offering me his hand, I can't help but laugh and of course take his hand in his chivalrous behavior. Mark drives me to a place that, as he puts it, will knock my socks off. An old lookout point on the outskirts of town. You can see the town's high school from here, and that big field, he motions to a big sports field. That's where most of the sports would be played, minus basketball. Bro. You talking about fucking high school again, bro. Chill. Chill. Every time you make a step forward, you take a step back. Golly. He takes my hand in his, but doesn't look far away. Doesn't look away from the point. Especially after games. I lean my head on Mark's shoulder. I can see why. Mark clasps his hands up with mine, taking in the scenery before taking in the scenery before breaking the silence. Mark looks at me silently pleading like a lost puppy. I know what he's going to say.
You made me realize just how much of myself I really don't even know. From actually enjoying some nerd things, to maybe finding a decent gig with my plumbing skills. If I can just get away, maybe I can find that direction. Cause it sure ain't here. Plus, I don't think traveling would be the same without you. I've never really felt like this for someone before.
I don't know.
No one else has pushed me in a way you have, or showed me different points of view.
You might need to go, find yourself by yourself, Mark. That's a really tall order to ask of me.
Doing this just won't be the same without you.
I mean, she
So,
doesn't have anywhere else
what do
to
you
go.
say? Do you want to go on a literal Mark train and travel with me?
She has nothing else to do. Literally her job just called her and said we're done, you know. The business is over. So you have no job, sis. So it's not like you're being irresponsible and leaving your job. They fired you, so you have to go look for a job anyway. You might as well take a little hiatus. I don't see why not. And so what if it's with Mark? You would have done it with Luca. I'd love to go on a trip with you. It's not like there's much here for me. Wait, you didn't expect me to say yes? Even after all this time we've spent together? I won't argue with that. Still, how do I convince you? He pulls me in closer, giving me a kiss on the lips as though to solidify our commitment. Then after a few moments we both laugh together, enjoying the moment. Mark then wraps his arms around my waist and pulls me in for a kiss. Deep, intimate, and sensual. More passionate than any other kiss we've shared before. Mark drives me back to my place and stays with me. Not much sleep happens that night as he starts taking off layers of my clothes, and I his. Soon our clothes are in a pile and we're in a tangle of eager limbs. He kisses my neck and tenderly makes his way lower. I'm definitely feeling butterflies. Ah! 6 weeks later. We're in our second week of our travel plans, heading to a small cabin in some mountains up north. This will be a first time for both of us. I'm leaning on Mark's shoulder in our coach seats on the train, staring out at the snowy scenery. I pull out my new phone to snap a picture, reaching over Mark to snap a good view of the snow. Okay! Cute little art! Before I know it, Mark grabs my hand with his and places my phone in his lap. He then leans in to place my hand on his cheek, caressing my palm gently.
Thanks for coming.
I'm glad I took this chance with you. He looks softer than I think I've ever seen him before. He starts kissing my hand, giving it small love bites and pecks.
I'm glad you did too.
We stay like this for a few moments, him holding my hand close to his face and kissing it, and me softly brushing his cheek with my fingers. After a few moments, he breaks the
What are you
silence.
looking forward to the most?
Sitting next to the fireplace in the cabin while playing Atome with you.
Yeah? Well, as long as I get to make the choices this time.
But then we get the worst endings.
Okay. But those are so interesting. Plus, it makes the good endings all the more worth it.
Can't argue
We'll
with
play the
that.
racing game too, right?
Of course, get ready to get wrecked.
Talking big already, huh?
Mark pulls me in and kisses me, lovingly as we go toward our next destination. Although our trip is about halfway through, I'm looking forward to what it brings. Have you decided on what you want to do? I mean, after our trip?
Well, thinking about it, I think I want to go to a trade school and get a plumbing certification.
Like that trade school we saw the other day near the other side of this mountain? I lean in closer, laying my head on his shoulder and intertwining my fingers with his. Maybe we can see how much a place there costs.
I'd like that.
Even though we're not entirely sure what our future holds, we're spending this time together to figure it out and enjoy one another's company. We're taking things one step at a time. Get you a man.
Yeah? Well, it doesn't matter. This is probably just a big joke, like everything else in my life. Well, sure. I would love to come over to your place and lay some pipe, if you know what I... Maybe I do. Why don't we test it out? So, well, that doesn't change the fact that I'd like to see you again. One more shot, babe. One express ticket for the MARC train.
Hey. Oh. Hey.
Ah. Wanna We should go sometime. Oh, most. Whoop, talking big already, huh? Well, thinking about it, I think I want to go to a trade school and get a plumbing certification. I'd like that.
There's no way. I wonder how long my mic has been muted. There's no way, because I checked on this earlier. There's no way, bro. It better not have been that long. It better not have been that long. It'll drive me nuts. It'll drive me insane if it's been that long. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it on a good note. We just went back and we just had to get all of the other endings. That's it. I just wanted to make sure we got all the endings for that. And then I'll drop videos on these later. Oh my god, my mic better not have been muted for so long. Like, my voice is hoarse and everything. But those endings hurt my feelings so bad. Poor baby boy. Poor baby boy. Like, when Luca's endings were bad, they were like, ew, snarky guy. But he's more like, aw, poor baby. Poor baby boy. Get you a man who will play a Tome with you on a train. Okay, yes, Mark was our walking red flag. Okay, yes, we know that. Okay. Dude, yeah, my mic was muted. But it's okay, because we got through, like, the entire chapter. It was me going back and trying to get all the other, like, endings, which is perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. But, bro, yeah, Mark was our walking red flag, but I think he deserved a chance, and he had his chance, and he did well. Poor boy. Oh, man, you know heartbreak will really change you, man. Heartbreak will really change somebody. He got his heart broken and he was in there smashing shit, smashing his trophies and stuff. That sucks. Or you do very well for yourself after you get a new job and, start over. Ooh-wee. Anyways. We finished Mark's little story. I like their little flowers here. I'm excited for Theo. I'm excited to see his little situation he got going on. Tristan, I'm just like, that's more of your nerdy romance. I'm sure she'll play Atome games with him too, but I don't know. I'm excited to play again, but we'll wait till next time. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. Noisy, I do appreciate you. Sad that you just got here though. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys another time. I'm probably gonna go stop by DC stream right now, so. Okay, bye!